So I helped a chud sleep with hot girls on Tinder. We took him from 2 likes to hundreds of likes across the app, and he ended up even sleeping with hot models. And we're going to be breaking down how he did that and how he changed his life. As you can see here, he has 181 likes. This is him, and he was a 27-year-old guy that struggled with dating. So we have quite a few accounts on Tinder that we're currently working on. You'll see some videos on them coming soon. But in this video, we're going to be focusing on my man, James. So, what are the contents for this video? We're going to be talking about who James is. We're going to diagnose his pictures, breaking down the mistakes. Then a makeover of what we did to get him these results. Then lastly, we're going to analyze his text messages on account, and then some live texting as well for you gentlemen. And then lastly, the post-dating app phase where we unlocked crazy results like this one over here with a model. So, who is James? Starting with stage 1, James was a guy that had a girlfriend for 1.5 years that was on and off. He had a few hookups, the girls were the ones that initiated, and ideally he wants to be able to replicate that consistently and be able to get girls himself and not have girls come up to him. He wants a rotation and hookups. And just to let you know, he was an average guy, a chemist, independent lifestyle, and he had a house, a car, and a dog. And he was also a surfer and a business owner. He's a pretty normal dude. He does a bit of walking here or there, and he's been working out on and off for a decade. And at 27 years old, he wanted to change his life and make an impact, as you can see here. He was not in the best shape in the world. He was obviously not healthy, but we were able to make a difference and change his dating life, as you saw with his results over here. So here's a little bit of a quick fact file. He's a chemist, gamer, porn addict, overweight, and a business owner. Why am I telling you this? Because I want you to realize that anyone can get good results. This guy is a normal dude that had struggles as well, and we were able to help him and change his life. So let's begin. Now, because James wasn't in the best shape when he reached out to us, his matches were unfortunately no better. They were disgusting BBWs, right? And James was honestly on the verge of giving up on life and dating in general. But once he started working with us, we were able to make a massive difference after 3 months of real grit work. It was not easy because he was 5'7" and he was obviously not in a healthy condition body fat wise. But we were able to take him from this position right here. He almost was on the verge of giving up here. He wanted to give up. He was struggling. His roommate got girls and he couldn't. It was a pretty crazy situation where he was like, what is the point in life? Then we hit him with the good news. Look at this, 100 plus likes on Bumble. We're proud to see the transformation. Let's keep up the momentum. And he said, definitely going to the gym twice today. This is the kind of people that get good results in life. Anyway, so what did we actually do for him? Well, we did profile optimization, right? We optimized it to get 99 plus likes as fast as humanly possible. We studied his profile, the niche, the bio, and the prompts, and then we designed AI pictures that are hyper realistic that we'll be breaking down later on. So let me give you the brief breakdown. So let's go on to the next stage. We're going to be diagnosing his pictures. As you can tell, he was not the best at taking pictures, okay? And with some expertise and practice, we were able to give him the ability to get his pictures bang on. So let's break them down in depth. James over here took a plain mirror selfie. Nothing special, nothing extraordinary, but it's kind of boring, right? It's just not high appeal. Then his posing over here was actually okay. It wasn't actually bad. He didn't have a nerd neck. He had a good posture and his back was straight and his shoulders were down and back. And then next, he's actually shaven, not like a f***ing ape, because some of you don't understand basic hygiene. Being clean shaven in your pictures makes a huge f***ing difference. And if you can't be bothered to shave the bush on your belly or down there, you're not going to get pussy. Now, next thing up, there's a lot of clutter in the picture, unfortunately. James, unfortunately, did not clean up the background. Girls will pick up on things like this. This looks like a guy who doesn't know how to keep himself. And the dirty mirror doesn't help either. So what is my overall verdict on this picture? Well, it's too generic and it's boring. It has no unique elements. It's not got any appeal. And the picture would only work if he was genuinely a very good looking guy that had overpowering novelty. This guy over here got 40 to 50 likes within a week or two. And what happened was his account died. He got decent results, a model for Versace that came to us. But even then, because his picture was bad, he didn't get that many likes. 40 to 50 likes in 2 weeks. James gets that now on a consistent basis in shorter time frame. That is the importance of pictures. No one can escape that rule. So the next picture of James. This is a nice, decent, candid shot. It's good to show a girl what you would look like in a day-to-day basis and what it's like to live with you, right? It's a lifestyle shot. It's casual, it's effortless, and it's not jester, okay? It's not too try-hard. He's not trying to look like he's, Mr. fucking nonchalant genius. Now, I want you to see the mistakes. Why is the dog the main focus of the image? What is going on? This literally makes him look low status next to the dog because it takes up more space than him. He is literally getting mogged by the dog. Now, for the other issues with this image, it just looks fucking dog shit. He's not even in the frame. His arm's hanging out. The proportions are inaccurate. He needs to use the grid tool and he needs to be able to see where he fits in proportions. Excuse the drawing, I am not Picasso. Anyway, the jacket looks also really fucking dumb. He looks like a fucking wet wipe. It just looks stupid. I don't know what you want me to tell you. He just looks dumb. That's it. Verdict, the picture is okay, but it just looks too much like, oh, my mom took this picture energy. The dog is too cliche as well. It's just done to death. Everyone's fucking done it. It's just boring now. Now, next up, we have picture number 3. Posing, actually good. It's fine. Central in the frame now. So, the clothing as well, it's okay. He's dressed decently well. Nice little jeans. He's wearing a nice pair of shoes. Nothing too fancy. Jeans. And he actually looks like he's in okay shape. However, here are the downfalls of this image. It's a niche image. It's going to weird girls out that aren't in the know. What the f*** is Nardwar? It's just weird. And meeting your idol is not something I would put on Tinder. I would not put me meeting my idol. Like, if you met me in real life as Deni Ops, do not put me on your Tinder, bro. You know, you're gonna look like a low status beta male. Because your idol is clearly more important in the shot. You want to use a shot that where you matter. Because it's twice now this guy has been mogged. Once by the dog, and now by Nardwar. Verdict, creativity, not bad, but the picture gives off fan energy. That is not what we put on Tinder. We would probably post something like this on Instagram to show our interests. Now let me show you the pictures that got him results like this. So here is the full profile makeover. And bear in mind, these pictures that we used, they're from our old system of AI. So starting with picture number 1, we decided to keep his physique in check to avoid any allegations or being slapped on the date. We wanted to make sure that he didn't have to catfish hard to look as real as humanly possible and show him as an attractive guy that is just effortless. We gave him a nice linen shirt, top buttons undone to look a little bit more sexually appealing. And then we gave him some tasteful jewelry, which displays high status and it shows a girl what she gets on a date with him. This is what a girl will see when they go on a date with him and he's dressed up well. That is what we're trying to sell. Now, we can't really show the expression, but he was trying to smile so he doesn't look like a try-hard little loser that's a jester. Now, a lot of you are wondering, why didn't we use a shirtless picture here? Because it's king. Well, because he's not in the best shape, we didn't want to catfish and give him a six-pack when he doesn't have one in real life. So we employed a tactical strategy of marketing him differently. We made it so that he looks fairly well despite him being out of shape by making him look like the nice, good-looking, handsome guy that dresses well and appeals to a different market. Sure, you're not going to do as well with a picture like this than you would compared to a shirtless one, but it's better to actually go on the dates and not get smacked, right? So considering that, he's still got 200 likes, the girls still fucking love him, and that's the main thing that matters. Picture number 2. This one over here is a high appeal magnet to alt girls. It targets every point of interest for them. I want you to understand this picture is brilliant. It has dark aesthetic, black clothing, long hair, giving off that edgy vibe that makes alt girls chase you. This is a focus being on his style and the fact that the picture was taken at night. This is what he wanted. He wanted alt girls, and we gave that to him because we analyzed it. And being at the side of the road also added more polarizing elements to it. Picture number 3. This shot is a replacement for the usual shirtless picture because it shows some muscle definition. Sure, he's not jacked as the guy I showed you from Versace that worked with us and was our client, but it shows some parts to his lifestyle, which is the main aesthetic and focus, and it's what makes girls want to be in his life, as you can see with girls chasing him non-stop. Now, picture number 4. As you can see, James over here actually has a shirtless picture. You're wondering why? Well, the thing is, we have to show something. And we made it slightly enhanced so that he looks decently toned, but we kept it so close to being real. Nothing crazy. Because remember, let me show you his picture over here. This is what he looks like in real life. What did we do? We just made it look like he's just slightly enhanced. Because we like to keep things real. We don't want to catfish. Because we want him to go on the dates and not get slapped. Now this picture shows he's in okay shape, it has appeal because he's confident, and he's posing with a sexy lifestyle. And then it's just a candid shot, as simple as it gets. He's looking off into the distance, is making it look like the shot was taken right through the action, and if you notice, we placed it in the middle. Do you want to know why? because it's intentional. We don't want to show him shirtless because it's not appealing to women. He's not in the best shape. But the girl that finds him attractive from here on is going to see this and is going to think he's just got a dad bod, because this is what is a dad bod, guys. This is going to get you likes if you place it later on, not at the start. And then we have a shot of him in a secondary aesthetic kind of environment. It's just to highlight the outfit, the location, and how the girl would pretty much be on a date with him in the city getting coffee together. Nothing special, nothing crazy, just a picture to show realism. And then picture number 6, the last one but not the least, is a candid cocktail bar picture looking through the menu's drinks. This is what the girl will see on a date with him. We're romanticizing him and making him look like the kind of guy you want to go on a date with. It's dramatic and it's got that aesthetic. That is what you need to do to get these results. Now, one thing that I want to give you a tip on for the dates, know the menu before you go on the date, because then when the waitress brings the menu to you, you're like, we don't need that. I already know what we're going to order. And that is going to give you masculine appeal on the date. So a little golden nugget for you. Moving on. So now that we've broken down the pictures we used, let's have an in-depth final look into his profile. So we kept the pictures order the same for the final account. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we move on to the next steps. Turn off smart photos. This is basic fucking retard shit, guys. Everyone should know to turn this off by now. Then we played into his strengths of being a surfer. For his bio, we put looking for my surfer princess, and we skipped the height of 5'7" because it's not an asset. We don't put our things that are not assets up on our profile. Then we move on to prompts. Prompts are very important because, as you can see over here, girls will message you first saying things like, if you need silence, then that's worse, or some garbage, blah, blah, blah. My exes are alive. I don't know how this is going to work. It's just some shit, bro. She's just basically saying my ex is alive and she's responding to a prompt. It's just going to work really well. Now, we use this prompt for James over here, and we said, I can beat you in a game of saying you know what, you were right. He lived in a liberal era. We analyzed where he's from, and we made some polarizing prompts, as you can see right here. I'll keep analyzing on the board because it's just easier to draw on. We leveraged some insider female knowledge as well, because girls can't admit their mistakes. Accountability, surprise, surprise. And we said that, as I explained. And then we have this next one over here. The most romantic thing you can do for me is telling me how much you hate men. Again, just another what the prompt. And the next one, my hidden talent, I'm not like other guys knowing I'm worse. Girls love being manipulated. It's the cliche fucking dickhead guy asshole energy. And then we have his interests over here. I'm not going to analyze them too much, but just put something fun that's neurotypical. Don't put entrepreneurship or CEO, please, for the love of God. Next up, then we put his looking for as still figuring out, because it leaves you open to long-term and short-term goals. And girls will question why you're looking for that. Okay, so, and if you put short-term fun, girls will question why you're looking for that. If you put long-term fun, the short-term girls will not want you because they'll think that you're looking for a girlfriend. So always put still figuring it out. Next up, we put better in person because girls love a guy that can communicate. Then we have his love language is touch. Girls cream themselves for this because it shows that you escalate on the date and you're not a little virgin pussy. And then we have the dog is the pet. Even if you don't have one, just lie, bro. Just say your dog died so they feel bad for you. Emotional points. And then next up, a personal one. If you can tolerate drinking and smoking, just put that you drink socially at the weekend and smoking when drinking. My personal Tinder account, I put no smokers. I hate smokers. Drinking socially at the weekend, that's not true. I barely drink these days. Just be neurotypical. And as you can see, these are the results he ended up getting. Here's his Tinder account in real time. Let's message some girls. I can't guarantee they're going to reply because, again, I want you to understand it is late at night in America probably or something at the time of recording this. But let's message them. So over here, we said we can spice your pictures up. She didn't reply. Sent her a follow-up. She said, that's funny. Didn't see your message. Simple, straightforward stuff. She's showing interest now. Then we said, weird, well, we can take pictures with my arms around you. Shows interest, says sounds like a photo shoot. So I'm going to say arms around your waist or neck. And we'll see what happens at the end of this video. Then we have another girl over here. You have one of my weaknesses, Tasty. Oh yeah, which is what? It's your eyes, baby. You're sweet. You should give them to our children. She didn't reply. Then we said, left her speechless. Sorry, I've been on vacation. You had to make it up to me then. We'll see. So now here's what we're going to say instead. So here's what I'm going to say to her. The only thing I'm seeing is you and me on vacation and you making it up to me with cuddles. Cliche, garbage, mumbo jumbo. Sounds cringe, I know, but it works. Then this next girl, we said you can make it up to me. She says, how? Honestly, I'm just going to copy paste the same thing over here. Boom. Easy as that. Sell them the dream. So we'll check James's account at the end of the video to see if those girls replied, and we'll see what happens. So after optimizing his profile, as you can see over here, here is the result, 181 likes. This is what his profile looks like as of to date. And as you can see, he's gotten plenty of numbers, plenty of girls, and this is what it looks like now. This is what happens when you optimize your profile. This is what happens when you know what to do. As a matter of fact, we have a girl right here for live texting right now. Let's see what this happens with this girl. So I'm going to continue to sell her the dream of traveling. So we'll see what this girl says over here to this message. So we'll revisit Rosie over here at the end of the video and see what happens. And we'll move on to the next section, as you've seen some of the messages already. So the next stage is analyzing his text messages from his Tinder account. So we did some live texting over here, as you can see. Now I'm going to show you some of his successful conversations broken down using MaxOps' playbook texting strategy. As you can see, Max has made a thorough guide that we use as our principles to help teach the guys we work with and get them the results they deserve. So we started off with girl number 1, Audrey, 19 years old. This is what she looks like. She said, "Promise I'm a bigger nerd than you. Hair's purple now." Obviously it was blonde before, so she dyes her hair a lot. So here's what we said. "Seems I found my gym wifey, Audrey." And she said, "Oh, and what makes you say that?" So what happened here is we started off with intrigue and curiosity. This is an excellent element to combine because it makes the girl want to find out more. We're also validating her and complimenting her. And that is why she came back with this. And what we said to her, "Just a hunch, I bet you lift." Now we're complimenting her, saying that she's in shape. Again, this is indirect validation because it's not giving her the generic compliment of, "Oh, you're pretty." And she says, "OMG, stalker," which is sarcasm, obviously. If you didn't get that, you're dumb. And then what we said here is, "Yeah, I'm in your walls, to be honest." And she said, "Oh, what?" Which shows a bit of shock and frustration. She's a bit retarded. Girls don't know how to text. So what we said is, "Yeah, I could come say hello." And we just keep playing on it. And she says, "Please do," in simple messages. And then we said to her, "Well, you need to find me first." We're keeping the energy matching hers. We're not going too crazy over the top. And she says, "Why not you find me?" So it's literally just broken English. And then over here, now the question is, will I find you at your house or a rave? Now we're trying to flip the dynamic and try to make more guesses. As you can see, double text, probably a rave, high key. And then over here we said, we'd be a cute rave couple, Audrey. So what happened is we changed the conversation because it was very dry here. And we were like, let's change it up. Me and Max decided using the playbook strategies over here. We were able to deal with her and we were able to take her from low interest to high interest. Now here's what happens throughout the rest of the conversation. So over here, Audrey threw in a wild curveball saying, "Hi, honey." A lot of you are wondering, why the f did she say that? Well, don't ask me. She's fucking dumb, bro. It's just as simple as it gets. We pretty much, all we had to do was jump to her IQ level and say, "Hey, silly," back. And she said, "I think we'd be a cute couple together as well." What did we do? We dumbed the conversation down for this retard because she clearly couldn't fucking speak proper English. Girls are fucking dumb, guys. Don't expect much. So we just kept it simple, basic English. We said, "Do you dance then?" Easy skill. She says, "I love dancing." She's typing like fucking my little fucking niece, bro. And then I said, "Perfect. I might step on your toes though." A little bit of a joke. It's okay. I'll lead. And then she says, "Sounds like a great plan. Let's talk some." And then we got her Instagram. Pretty straightforward and simple stuff. We also optimized James's profile. So Instagram was probably a good way for him to go here. And it did end up doing really well for him. He ended up sleeping with this girl and getting pretty good fucking results so far. Although I don't know if that's much of an achievement because she's a fucking retard. I don't know if I'd want to see a girl this dumb personally myself. But yeah. Now we have girl number 2. And this is Gianna, 19 years old. And we said to her, "You have one of my weaknesses, Gianna." Over here, as you can see, this is her bio, looking for friends to hang with in the 805. More like you're a 405. Nice one. Stop lying about wanting friends. And she looks Asian. I don't actually remember. And she's one of those blue hair, weird liberals with tattoos. I'm not going to get into politics. And she says, "What is that?" And we said to her, "It's your eyes, baby." Closed her there. So obviously we started with intrigue and curiosity. And then she obviously took the bait. And then what we did is we closed her by saying, "It's your eyes." Again, it's a nice little bit of simple validation. Nothing too crazy because you would want to say, "Oh, you're just pretty." That's generic. And she says, "Thank you," showing interest back. And then over here, we said we should give them to our children, suggesting sex, which is going to lead to sexual ascension. And she said, "Bet." So obviously she's quite dry. And we said we could start practicing after our date. And she says, "Okay," which is showing again she's dumb and dry. This is what happens when you live in a liberal fucking city, guys. The girls are dumb, bro. This is why I love living in fucking my country, bro. Oh my. I'm just telling you how it is. Anyway. I'm thinking we go for a nice night drive and watch the sunset. So obviously, you know, just selling the dream. She says, I'm down. And then we said, let's make a say a number. She said a number. You're thinking girls that text like this don't have interest, but I want you to realize this fucking guy slept with these girls that text like this. Bro, American girls are so fucking simple. It's actually insane. Like, I've been to America myself a few times, you know, I've been to Miami, Florida, whatever, right? You know, I've been there. The girls there are so dumb, but compared to the UK, it's pretty crazy. Oh, travel princess. Let's see. That's right. So let's text this girl while we're doing that. Anyway, that just shows you the contrast of how American girls are. Okay, so here's UK girls over here. They have a little bit more personality. Can't really comment on the look side because I think American girls look really beautiful as well. European girls are the best looking, no contest. But American girls do not have personality. And despite all of that, he still fucked them, and that's the main thing that matters. Now, next up, we have stage 5, the post-dating app phase. After going on plenty of dates, James got the confidence to be able to approach women. He was able to cold approach girls, he was able to talk to girls in real life, and he was able to sleep and with girls in the real world. He went a step further, started talking to hot girls in his class, his environment, and this is what happens when you use the apps. Because once you start going on the apps and getting girls on the apps, it has a snowball effect that leads to you having confidence to approaching girls. That is what happens. And we leveraged it by using high status tactics. And that is what led to girls approaching him, as you can see. This guy got approached by girls, despite the way he looks, by hot Italian Greek women that were single moms, and they were able to ask for his number, as you can see over here. This is what happens when you use high status tactics. The girl even asked if he had a girlfriend. That shows high interest. This is what happens when you nail all of the tactics working with us. As you can see, here's some more highlights from my man James over here. As you can see over here, you can read into that one. And then another one where he actually slept with a model called Lisa. So this brings us to the end of the video, and if you're in a similar position to James, then make a change and reach out, because if you're too scared to talk to me, how will you be able to talk to women? Despite James being in this position, 5'7", overweight, he was able to make a change in his life, and he was able to get girls and get 181 likes. As you can see over here, girls are messaging him in real time. This is what happens when you optimize your profile. Girls approach you. And I have plenty of other accounts doing just as well as James, if not better. Because I want you to understand, James wasn't even one of our best guys. Our best guys get around 1,000 likes, bro. To 2,000 likes, 3,000 likes. I mean, here's one of our other guys. He's got about 1,000 likes. He's 28 years old, by the way. And we have another guy as well that has like something like 4,000 as well. This is just what happens. You know, this is results. There's another account as well over here. So you know what to do, you know where to find us, and you know how to get that help. So apart from that, I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope this video has done you a service to show you what is possible in the world of dating. So thank you for watching.